Good afternoon, Cross Timbers. Today is Thursday, March 30th, 2017. I am Katelyn Rivera.
And I am Haley Smith.
Today's stories include the extended deadline on the Texas-Mexico border wall and information over a suicide bomb in Iraq.
These stories and more coming up next on Texan TV.
In campus news, we now go to Brittany Scott with the latest.
The Treat Ride Along is needing volunteers for their therapeutic rides tomorrow, Friday, March 31st from 9 to 11 a.m. They're pairing up with the Stephenville Lions Club, and they're hosting high school age students with special needs at the Tarleton Equine Arena. Volunteers are needed to assist these kids while they're having a fun experience on their rides. To become a volunteer, you will need to fill out an informational packet that you can find at 2101 Circle 518 in Stephenville, Texas, which is the Equine Arena, or you can go online to www.tarleton.edu/treat under the volunteer form tab. For more information about Treat, you can go to www.tarleton.edu/treat.
In other campus news, a major gas leak was found yesterday around 6 p.m. The gas leak was centered around Lillian and Vanderbilt, and students and faculty were told to evacuate honors, science, and fine arts buildings, as well as the Thompson Student Center and dining hall. Around 7:30 p.m., the gas leak was stopped, and the area and the buildings were deemed safe for re-entry.
In local news, the Empire Tribune reports that the 20th Century Club will host its annual Children's Fine Arts Benefit Auction to raise funds for programs like music therapy for special needs children. The club has identified fine arts programs in the Cross Timbers area that help young children gain an appreciation for arts for the past 11 years. The benefit will take place next Thursday, April 6th in City Hall at city limits from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. This year's fundraising recipients are Houston's Academy's Visiting Artist Program, Stephenville's Public Library's Children's Reading Program Art Projects, Stephenville ISD's Dance Programs, and Foster Homes for Children's Fine Arts Scholarships. If you are interested in donating to the Children's Fine Arts Benefit live or silent auction, you can contact Peggy Lowry at 254-918-1635 or Elaine Smith at 254-967-5672.
And now, today's Texas national and international news from the Associated Press. In Texas news, a Dallas salon worker has been sentenced to 60 years in prison after she was found guilty of murder in the death of a woman injected in the buttocks with industrial-grade silicone. A Dallas County jury sentenced Denise Wee Wee Ross on Wednesday, a day after convicting her of murder for performing the illegal cosmetic procedure that killed Waukesha Reed. Prosecutors said Ross injected the silicone into Waukesha Reed's buttocks to give her what the salon called the wee wee booty. A medical examiner testified that an autopsy showed that the compound circulated through the 34-year-old woman's lungs, probably causing her difficulty in breathing, and eventually led to pulmonary embolism and death.
In national news, the federal government is extending its deadline for companies to bid on their first contracts for President Donald Trump's proposed border wall with Mexico. Federal officials say that the extension to April 4th will allow time for companies to consider answers to questions that potential bidders submitted ahead of the initial deadline. Senator Claire McCaskill said Tuesday that administration officials informed her staff that next year's budget will request $2.6 billion to build less than 75 miles of wall. Interior Secretary Ryan Zink said that the big beautiful wall that President Trump has promised will be difficult to build due to geographic and physical challenges.
In international news, a suicide truck bomb targeted a police checkpoint in southern Baghdad last night, killing 15 people and wounding 45, according to Iraqi officials. The bomber detonated the vehicle, an oil tanker laden with explosives, security and hospital officials said. 3 policemen were among the dead while the rest were civilians. Several policemen were also wounded. No one immediately claimed responsibility for the attack, but the Islamic State group has carried out similar attacks as its territorial hold in Iraq weakens. Iraqi forces are fighting the Islamic State in western Mosul, where some 2,000 Islamic State fighters are launching fierce counterattacks after beginning the operation to retake Mosul in October. Iraqi authorities in January declared they have liberated eastern Mosul, which separated from the city's western region neighborhoods by the Tigris River. And more of today's national and international news, we turn to the AP News Minute.
This is AP News Minute. The Senate Intelligence Committee holds a hearing on Thursday into Russia's meddling in the U.S. 2016 election. The committee's top Republican and Democrat are pledging to steer clear of politics. At least 13 people are dead after a small bus and a pickup truck collided on a two-lane highway west of San Antonio. Authorities say the pickup swerved into the wrong lane, hitting the bus head-on. The bus was carrying seniors from a church. A federal judge in Hawaii extended an order blocking President Trump's travel ban on 6 Muslim-majority nations. Hawaiian officials say the travel ban discriminates against Muslims. And a South Korean court questioned the ex-president about the corruption scandal that drove her from office. It's deciding if she should be arrested. Shirley Smith, The Associated Press, with AP News Minute.
We now go to Ashley Inch for the latest on Tarleton sports.
Coming from Tarleton Sports, the 32nd annual Bobby Fox Memorial Golf Tournament that will benefit the Tarleton State football program finally has a location and date. The tournament will be hosted at Harbor Lakes Golf Course in Granbury on Friday, April 7th. In memory of the former head coach and athletic director of Tarleton State football, who passed in 1986, all proceeds from the tournament will benefit the football team. The 4-man scramble tournament is charging $400 per team or $100 per person. Registration is open online at tarletonsports.com, or you can register Friday, April 7th on location. Lunch and registration start at 12, and the tournament will begin with a gunshot at 1 p.m. Walk-ins are accepted during this time. Donations and whole sponsorship are accepted, and all proceeds will be going to the football program once again. For more information, please contact Melanie Lane at 254-968-9518.
Thanks, Ashley.
In entertainment news, we'll now go to Dylan Craig about the latest on the new Power Rangers movie.
Former Power Ranger actor Jason David Frank, who played the Green Ranger in the popular 90s TV show, was reportedly kicked out of the premiere for the reboot of Saban's Power Rangers. According to comicbook.com, the actor brought his phone to capture photos and video of the crowd's reaction to his cameo in the new film. In an interview with The Hollywood Reporter, Frank said that he was escorted out by security for having a phone during the premiere and was unable to get back in to finish the movie. While Frank may not have been able to see his Power Rangers cameo, fans can catch it in theaters now. For Texan TV, I'm Dylan Craig.
Thanks, Dylan.
For our local weather from the National Weather Service, today we have a sunny high of 75 degrees with a chilly low of 53. Tomorrow we will be experiencing a much warmer sunny high of 86 degrees and a cool low of 58.
This has been a production of Texan TV News, a product of the Texan News Service from the Tarleton State University campus in Stephenville, Texas.
Watch us live on Apogee Channel 2.1 in the dorms at 12:30 weekdays. If you live off campus, tune into Northland Cable Channel 9.
You can follow the Texan News Service on Facebook and Twitter, and check out our website at www.texannews.net for all of your latest local, state, national, and international news.
Today's broadcast was produced by Brittany Scott, Dylan Craig, and Ashley Inge. Have a wonderful day, Texans.